Hi, Murdo. I'd like to ask you some questions about course design in coursebooks.
Yeah.
And my first question is, what is your starting point when you're creating a design for a coursebook, usually?
Do you mean the design in terms of the layout or do you mean design in terms of what's actually going to go into the coursebook?
I mean, what is actually going to go into the course?
Well, I think it depends very much on what the starting point is as to whether we already have an existing series which we want to update or make more relevant to our customers. In that case, it's fairly easy. We get a hold of advisors who are teaching the people who are liable to use the coursebook and just ask them what needs to be changed and what needs to be updated. But if we're trying something new, for example, if we want to create a course for people in a specific branch of industry, then we really have to get out there and visit people and companies and find out what it is they actually want. The reason or the initial push which forces us to go and visit these people and find out what they want is that, for example, our marketing colleagues say to us, look, there's a lot of teaching going on in that particular branch of industry. These people need more material. They want coursebook material. They want digital course material for whatever. And then we will try and find advisors who are working in that branch of industry and we will ask people about their experience of teaching these people and ask them what it is that they want which they don't already have. And that would be the starting point for considering whether we can offer something better, whether we can offer something which will work for us financially as well. Yeah.
Okay. So your focus is going out there, doing your research, finding out what people want, what people need, and then figuring it out from there.
Exactly, and that's one of the reasons why we're here today at this conference. Yeah.
Okay, great. So I also wanted to ask you, can you give us some more specific details about how you decide which topic areas, so which content to focus on?
Well, I think in terms of the sort of ESP course that I've just mentioned, obviously we would speak to people in the human resources department to find out, of various companies, to find out what it is that they want their employees to learn. Not what the employees say they want to learn, but what the company wants the employees to learn. In the case of people who are going to, for example, a language school, to do a general business course or to do a very specific topic such as technical English or whatever, again we would go to the school and we would ask the teachers what their students ask them for in most cases, and usually the students mention the areas that they feel personally they are weak in. So they say, what we often hear is, I'm really good at writing emails, but I'm dreadful on the telephone. And the reason for that, of course, is that fluent spoken English is much more difficult than writing an email where you have time to change things and correct your own mistakes, etc. Or they say that they have a lot of, quite often they say in a particular branch of industry, we have a lot of people who have technical knowledge. They can talk knowledgeably about their topic in English, and quite often the words for the technical aspects of their job are in English anyway. For example, in the IT industry. But these people are not very good at communicating. They're not able to present. They're not able to take part in a meeting and speak in a relaxed way. But they can only talk about their topic in a very technical way, and that's not always what's required when doing business internationally.
Okay. That brings me on to my final question. What about getting the right balance between skills, like you mentioned, telephoning, email writing, presenting, content areas, topic areas, and language elements? What about that?
It's a good question. The answer to that is, first of all, it's very difficult to decide exactly how to achieve that balance. And what we always have to bear in mind, though, is that we publish material for learning foreign languages. And in the case of, particularly in the case of English, we are not there in our case, to teach the people how to do their job. We're not teaching university students how to become engineers in English. We're teaching them how to operate as engineers in English, but we're not teaching them how to be engineers. And that's a very important distinction, because the teacher in the classroom is a facilitator. The teacher is teaching the students to do what they do already in another language, in this case English. And quite often it is easy for the students, for example, or indeed for the teachers or the human resources department to forget that. We're not teaching engineering. We are not teaching the theory of international negotiation. We are teaching people how to do what they already know in English. And that dictates, in a lot of cases, what we focus on. Of course, we have interesting articles which people can read about their particular profession and so on and so forth. But the point of the article is not to teach them about their profession. The point of the article is to provide a discussion point in English related to their profession. So we avoid teaching people to do what they already know how to do. In the case of business English and ESP, we focus very much on functional language. We're not teaching them how to use the present perfect. We're not teaching them how to place their adverbs correctly. What we're teaching them how to do is to communicate what they have to communicate in a relaxed and fluid way and in an understandable way. And also, very importantly for international business, in a way which creates rapport with the person they're speaking to. And there we have the topic of intercultural relations and intercultural competence, which is very important.
Okay, thank you so much, Murdo, for talking to us.
You're very welcome. Enjoyed it. Thank you, Claire.